Now, this may seem to be an odd place to open a show, but it's not as bad as it seems. You see, this is a newspaper morgue. And morgue in newspaper parlance is just another name for storeroom. In other words, in there, you can find all the old back editions of the paper, photographs, files, and that sort of thing. Now, this is the morgue of the Daily Press. As I said before, this is the morgue of the Daily Press. We're about to take you back to the late 1800s for the first of 3 more stories about the Daily Press copy boy. We call them The Further Adventures of Gallegher. Now, on this program, Gallegher gets mixed up in a case that involves a Shakespearean actor, a beautiful woman of mystery, and a murder? Well, somewhere in here should be the write-ups on the case. Ah, yes, here it is. So, let's find out now how our young friend unscrambled the whole thing. So here now is a case of murder in The Further Adventures of Gallegher. 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 Oh, Gallegher. Gallegher. Running down the street after another news beat. Gallagher, Gallagher, wearing out his shoes, nosing around for who, what, when, where, how, what, when, where, why, what, when, where, news. Gallagher got the unfold yourselves.
Long live the king.
I'm dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, and you that look pale and tremble at this chance, that are but mutes or audience to this act, had I but time, as this fell Sergeant Death is strict in his arrest. Oh, I could tell you. But let it be. Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest. Report me in my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some liquor left.
No other man give me the cup and let go.
By heaven, I'll have it!
Oh, God, Horatio, what a wounded name. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Craven knave that dares to call itself a man.
Good evening, me boyo.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Listen to the ghost. Mark me, Mark me.
Gallegher.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the earth.
Gallegher, me boy.
I could a tale unfold, whose lightest
No,
word.
that's enough out of you. You've been pulling me leg long enough.
If there is treachery, we'll seek it out. To thy sword, man.
Oh, the devil there, you got me doing it myself. Now, that's enough tomfoolery out of you, Gallegher, or I'd be pulling you in.
The trouble with you, Officer McCarthy, you got no soul.
Oh, I've got plenty of soul, me bucko. The trouble is, it's the likes of yourself that makes the saving of it difficult.
The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ere I was born, to set it right. Adieu, my friend. Adieu.
Gallegher, my boy?
Don't touch that wine. Just poison.
Gallegher,
Aye, sir?
where have you been?
I have just come from the theater.
The theater?
Aye, sir, and on my honor.
In the middle of the afternoon?
The matinee, sir.
By what right have you presumed to take the afternoon off?
Well, I worked overtime here last night, and Brownie gave me his pass. Have you seen Sir Richard and Hamlet?
No, I have not seen Sir Richard and Hamlet, Othello, or Macbeth, and I do not intend to waste my time on such frivolity. Brownie?
Yes, boss?
How come you gave Gallegher your pass?
Oh, like he said, he's been working overtime. He earned it, and I didn't need it.
You didn't?
I saw Sir Richard massacre Hamlet in New York last year. Once was enough to know how greatly doth Sir Richard stink.
What are you talking about, stink? He was great.
Do you mean to tell me that we printed your review of Hamlet and you didn't even see it?
But, boss, I told you.
And I heard you. But do you realize what this could do to the daily press if it got out?
I'm telling you, it was a great show. People were crying and clapping.
Gallegher, you keep out of this. Do I gather that you gave Sir Richard a bad review?
Didn't you read it?
No, I didn't. I couldn't spare the time.
Oh, boss, that's too bad. You know, I kind of felt that I laid the groundwork for a whole new school of criticism.
Who is Mr. Brown? Are you Mr. Brown? Are you the wretch that wrote this illiterate misrepresentation of my performance?
Well, it was nothing personal. What's the idea?
We're going to be sued, that's what.
Nothing so maudlin, sir. This is a question of honor. I demand satisfaction.
Okay, Sir Richard, let's get it over with. How much is it going to cost the paper?
His life or mine. You, sir, have the choice of place, time, and weapons. There is my gauge. Pick it up, or be forevermore branded a coward.
What's he talking about?
He's challenging you to a duel.
A duel?
Yeah, and it won't cost the paper a penny. Here, come on, pick it up.
You mean a duel like pistols and swords?
Yeah.
Pistols or swords. One or the other will be quite sufficient.
Sir Richard! My paper is proud, pleased, and privileged to accept the challenge. What a story. Pete, did you get that? Sir Richard takes umbrage to review of Hamlet. I want this on page 1. Quote, noted Shakespearean actor challenges daily press journalist to a duel to the death. Sir Richard, my paper stands behind its employees to the death. We fight for the right to speak the truth as we see it. We fight to the last ditch for the freedom of the press,
of all the great newspapers of America.
Bravo, sir. Noble sentiments. And if I may say so, nobly expressed. As for you, Mr. Brown, if you pretend to be a man, make the place nearby, the time of the earliest, and the weapon of the deadliest. Gentlemen.
Now I'm warning you, Crowley. Any more headlines like this one, we'll be swearing out warrants.
Since when is it illegal to publish the news?
Don't try to confuse me, Crowley. Duel's against the law. It's unlawful murder, and you know it.
Murder?
That's right, murder.
He who intimidates or threatens any member of my staff intimidates or threatens me. I am the daily press, and I am rising to this challenge.
Oh, I should have known it. You're up to your old tricks to sell newspapers. This whole thing is a farce.
Did you hear that, boss? He's got a good idea.
This is no trick or farce, Lieutenant. On the other hand, there is no crime until the crime has been committed. Until then, I stand on my civic rights and ask you to observe our privacy.
All right, Crowley, you made your point and I made mine. Just don't let it go too far, will you?
Buy a paper every day, Lieutenant, and be sure to tell your friends, huh? You know something, Brownie? If you stay alive till Christmas, I might just get you a bonus.
Alive? Look, boss, let's not let
Later, Brownie, later. I'm busy writing the greatest real-life drama that ever hit this town. Hamlet will be a pale and pallid piece compared to this. Gallegher,
Yeah, boss?
stand by to deliver this to Sir Richard at the Bijou.
Yes, sir. Got a message for Sir Richard.
I'll see that he gets it.
I gotta give it to him in person. An answer's required.
No visitors backstage.
I'm from the Daily Press. And do I get in? Or do I gotta go through channels?
Go ahead.
Thanks, Pop.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
Ma'am? Miss Ophelia? I'm looking for Hamlet. Sir Richard Westby.
Let's just bring him right here.
Thank you.
Queen Mab, what's she? Come in! Queen Mab, what's she? She's the fairy's middiff. And she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, yes?
Sir Richard, remember me? Gallegher of the Daily Press.
Oh, yes, of course. Absolutely superb. He sells more papers and I sell more tickets. Superb. Tell Mr. Crowley that I shall postpone the duel for as long as it's profitable to us both.
Yes, sir.
Man's a genius. Thinks precisely as I do.
Brilliant man. Brilliant. Thinks exactly as I do. Who would have thought there was a sound business mind beneath that inch-thick layer of ham? Brownie?
Yes, boss.
You can relax now. I have talked Sir Richard into sparing your life.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that windbag couldn't go through with it. No wonder his Hamlet is pale and putrid. Oh, that a once so noble art has sunk so low. Gosh, I feel all inspired again.
Brownie, you didn't let me finish. I have talked Sir Richard into sparing your life, but only for the moment. The duel is by no means off. Pete. Come on, we'll compose and type and still make the final. Tell me, did Sir Richard really say that I was a genius?
Yeah.
What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Come on, out with it. You know that I cannot tolerate unenthusiastic personnel.
Well, does everything have to be phony?
Phony?
You're making up lies, aren't you?
Perish the thought. You must have heard of that old maxim, truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah?
Well, that means that fiction is a lie and truth is fact. And the newspaper business deals with facts. Facts, not lies. Now, you still want to be a newspaper man, or don't you?
Oh, sure.
Well, then you've got an assignment. Now, hang around backstage at the Bijou. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. Anything occurs that seems like an angle, let me know. On your way, kid. Pete, come on. We've still got that final to make. Let's go.
The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. And the devil have power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he's very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I have grounds more relative than this.
The play's the thing. Ready now, catch the conscience of the king.
Catherine.
You remembered.
Well, it's been centuries.
Almost 10 years.
Well, that's almost a lifetime. Come.
Excuse me. Who was that lady?
I don't know. I've never seen her before.
Oh.
The lady in green?
Yeah. She looks real high class, like she don't belong here. And nobody knows who she is. She's wearing a black veil. It's all real mysterious.
Sounds like you got something there. Stick with it, Gallegher. Huh? Never mind the why or the what. Just give me the who and the when. Pete, take this for a start. Who is the lady in green? I said, quote, who is the lady in green? Unquote. Quote, is there a woman behind the flaming tempers of the two Parnassian protagonists? Unquote. And don't look so surprised. I could turn out some pretty fine literature if I just had a little spare time, believe you me. Now let's see, where was I? Oh yes, the lady in green. Who is the beautiful veiled lady who has been keeping clandestine rendezvous at the stage door of the Bijou Theater?
What are you up to, laddie?
Nothing, just hitching a ride.
Come on, boy, the truth.
Who is it, John?
I don't know, miss.
I'm a reporter for the Daily Press.
It was a risky business, Miss Catherine. I told you that. I should never have taken you there.
A reporter? Why, you're just a boy.
I'm Gallegher of the Daily Press.
What are you doing here?
I followed you.
Why?
I wanted to find out who you are.
And have you found out?
Well, this is the Van Ralt place, so you must be one of them.
I'm Catherine Van Ralt. What else would you like to know?
Be careful, Miss Catherine.
Well?
I didn't mean anything personal. I was just following up a story.
Linking my name with Sir Richard? Is that your story?
Well, gee, lots of women send him flowers and mash notes. They even beg my boss to print their names. So what's the harm?
For that sort of woman, no harm at all. But for me, there'd be scandal. Violence, possibly. Is that what you wish for me?
It couldn't be that bad.
I told you, Miss Catherine.
How much do you earn a week?
If you're trying to bribe me, please don't, because it won't work.
Then you do have a code of honor.
Well, sure.
Then I beg of you, in the name of your mother or any woman you may hold dear, don't use my name or print anything about me.
Catherine? Is that you, Catherine?
Go now, quickly.
What's going on out there?
It's nothing, Charles, really nothing.
Catherine, it is very nearly midnight. You left the house without a word to me. Where have you been?
You're exciting yourself over nothing, Charles. It's really very simple. I couldn't sleep, and it was such a lovely night that I had John take me for a drive.
You're lying, Catherine. You're hiding something.
Really, Charles, you have no right to talk to me like that.
As your brother, I have every right.
Breathe a word of this night's doings, laddie, and I'll kill you.
Ah, there you are, Gallegher. What are you doing?
Just looking up some old scores.
Baseball? Under V?
Oh, yeah. No wonder I couldn't find them.
Anything new on the lady in green?
Still working on it, sir.
Well, you won't find her in the ballpark. Stick to the job I gave you. We've got to keep the pot boiling. Here, file these.
Yes, sir.
Brownie!
Yeah, boss?
I've set a date for the duel.
Oh, come on, boss. I thought we had that settled. It's against the law, remember?
Don't worry. I'll time it so the cops will move in and stop the fight just as you cross your swords.
Do we have to time it that close?
Sure, and we'll do it Sunday morning.
Why Sunday?
Well, in case the cops are late, we won't lose you on company time.
Brownie. Hey, Brownie, did you ever have to do a story that if you did it, it brought ruination to somebody?
Need you ask? I'm doing it right now, to my own miserable self.
No, I'm serious.
So am I.
Is it always a reporter's duty to get the story? No matter who it hurts?
Hey, if I told you once, I told you 100 times. Just don't grow up and you'll never get involved with women.
How'd you know it was a woman?
If it was a man, you wouldn't be asking. You'd figure you should have had more sense.
But it's different with a woman, huh?
Sometimes, not always.
Wins sometimes and wins not always.
Hey, supposing you tell me the problem.
No, I can't.
What's the matter, don't you trust me?
No, not with a story. Anyways, not this story.
All right. I'll give you one rule that I learned a long time ago. When in doubt, don't do anything. Does that help?
Yeah, thanks.
Don't thank me yet. When I was your age, I got the same advice, and you can see what it's done for me.
Well, have a seat, Mr. Van Rolls. Have a seat. Now, tell me, sir, what is there that I can do for you?
Well, it's a rather delicate matter.
Oh, tut-tut, sir. You are in the temple of truth. Feel free to speak your mind.
Thank you, sir. I shall. A number of men from my club have taken umbrage at the series you've been running concerning this ridiculous duel.
Ridiculous?
Ridiculous, in bad taste, and a gross deceit. This lady in green, for example, you realize that you may be impugning the virtue of some innocent woman?
And do you, sir, realize that you are impugning the integrity of the daily press?
I do not intend to debate the question with you, Mr. Crowley. I am here as an ambassador to tell you that the sensibilities of our mothers, sisters, wives, and daughters have been outraged. It's as simple as that.
I see, Mr. Van Rolt. What you'd like me to do is drop the series, is that it?
Precisely. The daily press should leave that sort of thing to the lurid pages of the Police Gazette.
Tell you what, Mr. Van Ralt, suppose you go back to that nice big club of yours, seat yourself down in one of those nice big fat leather armchairs, and leave the management of my paper to me!
I see, sir, that you are emotional. And that reason is futile. Therefore, I shall do what I must do. Good day.
Brownie!
Yes, boss.
Scrap what you're doing. I got a new angle on the duel. We're starting a war on hypocrisy.
What about the opera?
What about it?
I'm supposed to cover it tonight, Il Trovatore.
Good. Instead of sleeping through the performance, you can be working up some new ideas. Pete, I want a new front page for the final. Daily press, harassed by pressure group. Gallegher, where are you going?
Get a drink of water, sir.
All right, but not one step further. As soon as I clear away a few details, I want you to run a bulletin over to the Bijou. All right, Pete. Are the newspapers of this country going to stand by in humble submission while hypocritical Philistines destroy our cultural heritage?
I'm dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, I'm dead. Horatio.
He's been stabbed. Close the curtain. Somebody, close the curtain, please.
He's dead. Drama critic sought in questioning. Get it?
Got it.
Good. Read it back.
Headline, Matinee Idol slain. Subhead, murder most foul. Feuding drama critic sought.
Good. Run it as an extra. Daily Press, Crowley. Yeah? Really, Lieutenant? Well, I'll be right down. Kid, no other paper even knows he's dead yet.
But there's more than that, sir. You hung up too quick.
No time now. Got to see Brownie. The cops just picked him up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Brownie couldn't have done it. He just couldn't. I know.
Nonsense, my boy. Everybody's capable of murder if they're pushed hard enough.
But not Brownie. I don't care how hard you push him. Murder's not in him.
Oh, go back to the office. Look up some baseball scores.
But I saw the real murderer, and it wasn't Brownie.
Look, when you've lived as long as I have, you'll learn that even a soul as gentle as myself can be provoked to the point where... You saw who?
The murderer.
Well, who was it?
I don't know. I didn't get a good look. But I know it wasn't Brownie.
Gallegher, so help me. If you're leading me down the garden path with another one of your hunches,
My hunches paid off before, didn't they?
All right. You know so much, you tell it to Lieutenant Flynn. Come on.
All right, now. Just one more time.
Boss, get me out of here. I'm innocent. Boss, I was covering the opera opening. Remember? It was Il Trovatore.
Easy does it, Brownie. The Daily Press retains the finest law firm in the country. We'll fight for you all the way.
Oh, thanks, boss. I knew I could depend on you.
Where did you pick him up?
At the opera. Just where you said he'd be.
Just where you...
What? Please. Lieutenant, it might interest you to know that Gallegher here claims that he knows who the murderer is.
I didn't say that. All I said was that Brownie's not the murderer. I was there when it happened, and the man I saw wasn't Brownie.
No?
No, sir, and I'm sure. Because he was wearing a cape like Brownie's, and he bumped into me when he was running, and I tore the frog off. See, Brownie still got his on, so it couldn't have been him.
Well, who was this alleged guy that you saw?
I don't know. I didn't see his face.
Well, if you didn't see his face, it could have been him, couldn't it?
No, sir. This guy runs and moves different, and he's built different.
No, that's a pretty flimsy story, don't you think?
Well, I must say it doesn't improve with the telling.
I checked out everybody backstage, and that's the only guy that's got a motive.
But I wasn't even there.
Be quiet, Brownie, please. I'm paying lawyers to do the talking, not you.
Oh, boy, an open and shut case if I ever saw one. And thanks to you and your newspaper, we got an airtight motive. Lock 'em up. Hold 'em for the grand jury.
Courage, Brownie. Courage, my man. The daily press is with you all the way. Right up to the gallows, if need be. Well, I never figured he had it in him. Gallegher, here's what I want. Gallegher. Where did he go to? Gallegher, so help me, that kid's gonna be the death of me yet. Gallegher!
You dead to rights.
Get me out of here.
Huh? Oh, it's you. What are you up to? I can't talk now, Pops. Get me down.
Now, know your tricks now. Keep your hands up. I mean, down.
You gonna leave me up here?
Yep, unless you tell me what you're snooping around for.
Look, they got the wrong guy down at headquarters. So if I can find this clue I'm looking for, I can prove it's not him.
Now I've heard everything.
Okay. If you want to lose out on the reward money, it's okay by me.
Reward?
Yeah, reward.
Oh, go on.
Okay, go ahead and call the cops. That's the only way I'm going to solve this case. You go right ahead.
You know, for a kid, you talk mighty big. How much is this reward?
Forget it. I can't think anymore anyway. My brains are bloodshot.
All right.
Hey, Pops, be careful. Don't drop me on my... Ow! Head. Thanks a lot, Pops.
Let's have the straight of it. What you snooping for? Frog. I've had some tough turns tonight, Sonny. I can't take much more.
You know those braided silk things that gents wear on their capes to keep them buttoned on with?
Yeah.
Well, that's a frog. There ought to be one over there someplace, because that's where I grabbed it with the murder and ripped it off.
You won't find nothing like that around here, Sonny. I swept out the place when the cops closed the show.
And you didn't see it?
Only thing I look for when I'm sweeping out is money.
Where do you put the sweepings?
In the trash bin in the alley. Where else? Over here. You see that thing's a clue?
More than that, even. Could make all the difference between life and death.
That thing's so all-fired important. What'd you throw it away for?
I didn't know right then there was a murder going on, that's why. Hey, Pops! Hey, I found it! I got it!
Glory be! You wasn't kidding, was you?
Well, of course I wasn't kidding.
Hey, you there!
Thanks for your help, Pops. I'll see you later.
Hey!
Hold it there!
What about my reward?
Now, what's going on here?
Don't blame me. He's the one who's got the frog.
What?
The murder clue. Don't just stand there. Go get him.
Murder clue? Frog? Oh, wise guy, huh?
See you later, Pete. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's that kid up to now?
I don't know. He was messing around the morgue over there. All of a sudden, he takes off like a shot.
More. If that boy's been playing detective again, I'll fire him for sure. So help me. This time I mean it. I've had about as much of his impudence as I can stand.
Lieutenant Flynn wants to see you. Lieutenant Flynn, down at police headquarters. I'll hold the fort while you're gone.
But what you want me for?
I don't know. Take a look at the killer, I guess. See if you can identify him.
But I didn't see nothing. I'll go. But I'm telling you, they ain't gonna drag me into this thing. Oh, sure.
Impudent young scamps, you certainly have a nerve.
Thanks for coming, Miss Van Walt.
How dare you blackmail me?
Oh, no, it's not that.
What else would you call your threats?
Oh, it's a desperate situation. I had to use desperate means. I see you brought the cape. Would you step over here, miss?
Will you please tell me what you want?
In the play, there's a line where Hamlet says, "The play's the thing we're in. I'll catch the conscience of the king," remember? Well, when
Sir Richard was... when it happened. I moved back like this so I could see better. The murderer runs from around here and he bumps me. I'm knocked off balance and I grab at him to keep from falling, but I go down anyway. I must have torn loose the frog because when I got up, I was holding it like this. You see? It's your brother's frog.
Oh, no.
You see, miss? I gave you my word of honor and kept it till it got to murder.
Not Charles.
That's his cape, isn't it?
Yes, but not my brother. Oh, he was angry. Ready to go to almost any lengths, but not this. It's just not true.
No, it is not true.
John.
I warned you, laddie.
John.
Better leave, Miss Catherine. There's something I must do.
Then it was you, not Charles.
That's right, Miss Catherine.
But why?
All these years I've been with you, Miss Catherine, and your mother before you. Sir Richard was an evil man. He would have brought you nothing but disgrace and scandal like you nearly done before. But for the laddie here, it would have been perfect, don't you see? Without the cloak, fastener, this boy to talk, it may still be perfect.
In there.
Are you all right? Are you all right, boy?
Yeah.
Ah. I knew it was Van Ralt as soon as I saw the files and got the message to Flynn just in time. Cops happened to be there, so we knew where you were. No more screwing on me, boy. No, sir.
It wasn't Van Ralt, sir. It was the coachman.
Huh?
Thanks, Miss Van Ralt. You brought the cops just in time.
Looks like he got quite a yarn to tell, eh, boy?
You bet he has, but not until he's sold it to the paper first. Come on, Gallegher, we've got work to do.
It's all right.
You know, Gallegher, if you manage to stay alive to Christmas, I might just get you a bonus. Come on, boy.
To be or not to be? That is the question. You know, I believe that's the only question in our story Gallegher didn't answer. But I'm sure the only reason he didn't was because that he didn't think of it.
Daily Press makes history again. Hires first lady newspaper man.
On our next program, fair-haired reporter Anne Francis drafts Gallegher for a very special news beat that brings about a great change in our rough-and-ready copy boy.
Dad, hear me? I said that'll do. Enough is enough. Now, what are you doing? You put that down.
Get out of my way.
I said to put that down.
I'll put it down right on his head.
You won't dare.
Come out from behind those skirts.
What do you have in your mind that would sell my paper?
Writing a series on confidence men.
Miss Jones is on a project. You will be our only means of communication.
But, boss, you don't know what this is going to do to me.
Look, unless you keep in constant touch with her, she could lose her life.
So Gallegher goes incognito as the secret money messenger in a well-planned trap.
Here is the boodle. $5,000 in recorded currency.
But the shadow knows.
The shadow?
Yeah, that guy that's been following me. And if he's onto you guys, then the jig's up. See?
The boy is 100% right. The jig, like he says, is indeed up.
Join Edmond O'Brien, Anne Francis, Roger Mobley, and Harvey Korman as they go to press with The Big Swindle in another of The Further Adventures of Gallegher.
Gallegher, 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 Gallegher. That's Gallegher, Gallegher, running down the street after another news beat. Gallegher, Gallegher, wearing out his shoes, nosing around for who, what, when, where, how, what, when, where,